Hello, 7K lifers. That's what you are, lifers. And if you're not, you need to become one. Uh, so let's get with a system of success. If you don't have a system, you can't build a big business. And I don't care if your goal is just to get to $500 a week for the rest of your life, which is a fabulous goal. Do you know that more than 98% of people doing network marketing never reach that kind of goal? And that's since 1954. So in this opportunity, every one of you can. If you're committed, if you work a system, a proven system. Now, for those of you that may see this years from now, I'm Bob Reid. I'm 76. I'll be 77 next month, November 17th, which was the day I started the 7K business 7 years ago. And today I have the largest single group in the entire company. And it isn't from people putting people under me for overfill or spillover or whatever you want to call that. And if you listen to Richard Wayne's story, he put me last on purpose. And I always kid with Richard Wayne Hansen. Why didn't you call me first the first day, man? Well, Richard knew what he was doing because everybody he placed above me have all my group points coming up to them in their power leg. My group, you, and those joining us are the power leg of this company. And so we keep, there's not a person that Richard got in above me that's not on their autosaver 7 years later. Why? Because they want to stay active. So I have a proven success system. And now after 7 years, I look back and I see why we aren't duplicating as fast as we should in this group. It's because people aren't duplicating my system. It's a very simple system. It's not complicated. But if you don't duplicate a system from a proven master in the industry, how do you expect to succeed? Richard Wayne Hansen and I have the same mentor. Now, he was personally mentored by Jim Rohn. I didn't have that luxury. I adopted Jim Rohn because I had no real mentor for network marketing. I had a lot of examples. I had a lot of people that were extremely successful in network marketing, but none grabbed me and mentored me. I am mentoring you, even though I may not be physically with you, but I am mentoring you, if you will let me. And I'll have everything on the plate for you to serve up success, if you want it. But you've got to want it. I can't put that in you. Jim Rohn taught Richard Wayne Hansen and me both the 3 things necessary for success. You got to have a burning desire. You got to have burning desire to want this. You got to have a burning desire to change your life. Because, for things to change, you have to change. So you need to accept that, number one. You got to have that burning desire, even if it's to get you to $500 a week for the rest of your life, even if it took you 10 years to get there. But you have a proven way that you can get there. And I'll show you that today. Now, some of you will succeed far beyond that, as I'll give a few examples today as I illustrate my success system, Bob Reid success system. And each one of you can use it. Now, it is copyrighted. I want you to have these 7 pieces of paper, and I want you to use it. And if you don't duplicate it, then you are just kind of recreating the wheel. Or as maybe I have some leaders, they want to be the leader of their own. Well, that's not success in network marketing. Success is network marketing is edifying your leadership that got you to where you were and using a successful system and duplicate instead of trying to recreate a wheel. That's the reason you don't have really good duplication going on. As I look at the whole organization and I see what's happening. Now, I didn't try to, set this world on fire. And until Ryan Chamberlain joined our group, I was the only $1 million per year, multiple years in a row earner in network marketing in this company. Now, Ryan Chamberlain's joined our company. He's in our group. He's in the Team Corona group. And everybody knows him. He's an excellent teacher. And he is a master in the industry. So I'm proud to say we got another master in the industry with us. Ryan teaches much the same things that I teach, except I don't sell you books. All my training's free. Always has been. And this training is free too, but learn to duplicate it, learn to use it. And see, you don't have to claim it as your system. This is the beauty of it. You get to say, we have learned from a master in this industry, the most successful guy in 7K as we built 7K. I'm the first $1 million earner in 7K. I have the largest group in 7K. So my system works because I've proven it 3 times with 3 separate companies. See, many what you call masters or successful people in network marketing, they have that one-time success. They can't do it again. So I'm going to give you this simple success system. Bob Reid Simple Success System. And it goes like this. I'm going to share it with you. And then I'm going to explain it this time, though, as we do it. The first thing that you do after you enroll a person and you get them on your Team Band app, and then you share with them my simple 1, 2, 3 system, is that you sit down with that person and you go over this first piece of paper. And, this is not a get-rich scheme. Most network marketers, their problem is they don't look at this as serious business. They don't make a full-time commitment or full part-time commitment to it. They just kind of do it as a side thing and a hope and a prayer they're going to get rich. Well, very few people, less than 0.1% fit into that category. Now, you may be blessed by the Lord, as a few people were, but they still had to do some work, because you can just end up with one great big power leg and make maybe a $500 check once a year. And that's still possible. Okay. And that's a great thing. So you've got to read this line by line with them. And now you can use Zoom. Hopefully you want to give them the 7 pieces of paper so they have it. So they are reading it right along with you and not you just reading it to them. And so I'm going to treat you just like I just sponsored you, got you in. And I'm going to say, why did you join this business? But do you want to make money? Do you want to make a residual? Why did you join? I want to know why you joined. Most people join this to make extra income. Most people join it on a hope and a prayer they can build a residual income. Most people want to accumulate wealth. Any of those answers are acceptable. And you're going to say that this is a legitimate company, already proven. It's 7 years old. But network marketing is not a get-rich business. Now, compared to the 60-year job plan, you might think it is, And that's a legitimate, yes, it is. But it still takes time and work. The most valuable benefit of network marketing business, like 7K metals, is the creation of a recurring long-term residual income. That's what's possible. That's what we're all after. Who wouldn't want an extra $500 a week when they retire? That would change your whole standard of living. That'd change a lot of people's living right now in the next few years if they could attain that. Obviously, this does not come overnight. Agreed? Now, for some people, now there are some people that get in here and 6 to 12 months, they establish a solid foundation. I've got quite a few leaders that have done this of late in the last 2-3 years. And we're not talking about just one or two, we're talking about hundreds. Okay. And they've established enough business that they already have a residual set for them, regardless of what they do, even if it's just $500 a week. But just think, they did that in 6 to 12 months. I laid that foundation, and they continue to work. If you continue to work, that's powerful. But for most, let's be realistic, for most, it's going to take 3 to 5 years to lay that foundation, that solid foundation. And that's what you want to expect. So are you willing to do this with me? Are you willing to make that kind of commitment? 2 minimum years to learn. Because see, we have to admit, everybody in life has to learn whatever we do. I mean, you want to be a carpenter? You got to learn how to use the different tools. You got to learn, you got to practice at it. You got to do it over and over before you get your joints to fit squarely and tightly, before everything comes together, before it doesn't just shake and rock. I mean, you've got to learn the tools, you got to learn the craft, you got to practice at it, and you got to do it year in, year out, day in, until you become a master at it. The same if you're going to be a pipe fitter, same if you're going to be an electrician, same if you're going to be a doctor. It takes 8 to 10 years of education and training before they even start to earn a real income. And they're over $1 million in debt. Same with an engineer or accountant. Takes years of education, then years of business experience to prove that you can do what you learned. And before you ever experience reaching those top income levels. Isn't that true? Well, what makes you think it's any different here? The big difference here in network marketing, and in particular with 7K. So I'm not just going to talk about the network marketing industry. I'm going to talk about the new member direct marketing industry, the new company that's setting a whole new trend in this space of network marketing. Network marketing is like any other career. It takes time to achieve a high degree of success. So be prepared for that. Recognize that. Have patience, persistence, perseverance, all traits of success. But the big difference with network marketing from most careers is that one important factor, that once you have built a business and it's established, you can get paid whether you're working or not for a very, very long time. Yes, we can build a legacy income for our children's children with 7K. And here's the other thing with 7K that's so different from everything else in the network marketing space. You get to accumulate wealth in that process. Yes, you get to build wealth, secure your wealth, and accumulate more wealth while you're building a residual legacy income. Whoa, Just think how powerful that statement is. Isn't that worth 2 years of you learning? You get to earn while you learn, by the way. But isn't that worth it? See, you've got to have, if you can't have this conversation, play this video and let me have it with your new recruit. You sit there and listen with them. So what kind of commitment? I'm going to ask you, what kind of commitment are you going to be? Are you going to be a real team partner with me? I'm looking for one good partner for life with me on my left team, one good partner on my right team. Are you going to be that partner with me? I need to know. I need to know how much time I commit to you is based on what time and commitment you're going to make to your business and to your team. This question has to be asked right up front. This is not what is being done. This needs to be done all the time with every single person you enroll and sponsor into this business. So we're going to ask you to make 3 basic commitments right here. Long term. Make a commitment to work your business consistently and contact at least 15 new people every week until you have a solid foundation. That's every week. That's a commitment. Are you willing to make that commitment? Make a commitment to work your personally sponsored associates consistently to help each of them establish a strong foundational team. We'll tell you how to do this. It's part of leapfrogging. It's part of working that hot list with them. It's part of we teaching you how to duplicate what we do with you. And consistently remind yourself and your associates that you are working to create an unlimited long-term residual income that will continue for many years to come. See, you got to consistently remind yourselves of this. This is why I teach my system over and over and over again. And this is why I see it needs to be retaught for us to go this next 7 years bigger and better than ever before. Now, I'm going to tell you what your job description is. And so you first are going to give me what is your commitment. I know you're working full time. I know life happens. I know everything in the world happens. But what is your commitment to you and this business and to me? Is it 5 hours a week? Is it 10 hours? Is it 15? Is it 20? The more hours you commit, the bigger and faster and better you get to making that solid foundation and setting in place that residual income. But don't overcommit yourself. But I need a minimum commitment out of you. I want to know what it is. Tell me. What's your commitment? And don't go past this until you get an answer. Because if you don't get an answer, you don't have a serious player. You just got a licky seer. Maybe I hope I'm getting rich. I'm playing the lottery. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't make decisions. I'm very indecisive. You got one of these. Well, that's not a person you better be sinking a lot of time into. You're just going to give them what they need to do, answer questions, send them to support a lot, because you can't even be bogged down with tons of their questions, which they're unwilling to find the answers to. They just want you to give them the shortcut answers. You can't get bogged down with that. You've got to find that serious person on your left and right. You're going to expose this business to 5 people a day, 5 days a week. That means pique their interest. And that's why you've got to have that hot list of 25 to 50 people right off the bat, written down on a piece of paper, one name, phone number, and email address, and state and where they live, if you got that, on each sheet of paper, one name per sheet. there's other things you're going to do with that. So get that spiral notebook and start putting names down. Okay, we're going to peak interest. Now I want you to learn these lines because see, with our new memberships, what we have in 2024, rolling this out now, what we have right now present with our VIP legacy VIP lifetime membership for $5.99 and our 1-year renewable membership at $269, all getting product with them, all getting silver with, and the ability to, with loyalty points, to earn silver quick, fast, and often. These are the peak interest lines that I want you to learn. I want you to learn this. How do you feel about gold and silver? Simple question. I'll teach you how to fit that into conversations. You don't just pounce on people. Okay. And then the follow-up to that question is, once they give you that answer about how they feel about it, you ask them this question. Hey, John, would you rather buy your gold and silver or would you rather earn it? Now, 99.9% of people are going to say they'd rather earn it. Okay. Now, that's great. And then you say, hey, super, I felt the same way. I've I found a way that we can do this is just unbelievable. I'm going to shoot you a quick video, summarizes everything for you. You take a look at that. I'm going to call you in an hour. That's it. This is what you do. Now you can do more than 5 a day because this will not take you more than a couple of minutes per person. But if you're not doing it this way, you're doing it wrong. That's the key. Keep it simple. Keep it duplicatable. Whatever you do to someone, they got to be able to do to someone else. The simple facts of success in network marketing. Now, what I do want you to do in this 2 years of learning is I want you to watch videos, read self-help books. I'm going to have a whole list of books that I recommend, books that I read in my development, in learning about network marketing, success, the thing. I'm going to complete that whole reading list for everybody. And I encourage you during this 2 years to read these. But the most important thing you can do in your first year, the very most important thing you can do, is watch a video once a day. You want to watch, of course, all the company videos. I'm talking about the peak interest videos, the videos about the products, and videos about collecting, and the videos about bullion. I want you to watch those, of course, but the most important videos to watch, if you want me to be very truthful, is my videos. My videos. Don't you want to learn from a master in the industry? Well, watch my videos. Why are you watching somebody else's videos? Well, you might like them. You might like how they talk. You might like all their motivational speak and all that stuff. That isn't going to make you money. I'm going to teach you how to make money. I'm going to teach you how to build an organization. I'm going to teach you how to work in a team. Now, you can watch all those things. You can have your preferences. You can do all those things, but I'm telling you, that is not the recipe for success. Watch my videos for 2 years. I have enough videos in your private team band app that you're a team member of. I got 16 different teams out of this whole group of over 30,000 people. Well, I'm the one that places the videos there. I'm the one that puts the trainings in all those. I've got enough videos for you to learn this entire business of how to be successful, even if I'm not around. And then all my updates for our current system, current way we're building, our current model, I will keep this updated until I can no longer update it. Then I expect leaders to do this in the future. They just continue duplicating what I've done. That creates legacy income. So watch a video once. I only ask you to work 5 days a week. That would take you anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour. But if you can't make that kind of sacrifice, you will never be successful in this bit. I'm just going to tell you what it is. If you can't make that kind of sacrifice, if you're not willing to learn, see, it's those 3 things that Jim Rohn taught Richard Wayne Hansen and me. That burning desire, that desire to succeed. We can't put that in. You got to have that. But that burning desire will help you do this next one, the willingness to work. Well, willingness to work and learn. See, willingness to work and learn. That's the key. You got to learn first so that your work is more efficient and effective. Watch a video once a day, 5 out of 7 days a week. Find time. Do it before you go to bed. And do it in the privacy that your total attention is focused on that video and what it's teaching you. Not while you're watching TV, trying to read a book, and you got a video playing. That don't work. Treat it like you're going to Millionaires 101 college class, and that's all I'm teaching you. Taking 101 Millionaires, Bob Reid, How to Be a Millionaire in Network Marketing with Gold and Silver over this next 2 years. People that have been in my business for over 6 years and haven't done this 2-year program, you are cheated yourself. Every one of you can start right now. Make that commitment to yourself. Start this, and you will succeed beyond your wildest imagination. Just give it a try. I've never had anyone that do this that hasn't succeeded. Number 4, attend an opportunity meeting or start one. If it's just you and your spouse, just you and your personal partner, your left and right, physically. We've had a meeting at George and Sandra Donaldson's every Tuesday night since November 17th, the Friday night. That next Tuesday night, we had a meeting, our first meeting after the initiation meeting. And we've had it ever since. We still have it every Tuesday. Now, we have other meetings. There's other groups having meetings all over the country that emanated from that one meeting. But you need to start your own if you're going to be a leader. So if you're a copper and above, you need to be part of a meeting or leading a meeting. Now, you can see the corporate calls on replays. And you can fast forward through all the stuff that you need to. But attend an opportunity meeting or give one. This is playing the Wealth Strategies video with somebody. Press and play. After you've asked those questions and press play. That's the same thing. That's an opportunity meeting. If you're doing one of those a week, you're doing it. Okay? Here's the 5th and most important thing of this job description. Make your initial list of 100 people that you care about the most. They know you, you know them. You're going to get them out of here, but transfer it to one name, telephone number, email, and address per sheet of paper in that spiral notebook. Now, over this next 2-year period, you will build that list. You'll continue working on that list about at least 15 minutes once or twice a week, where you just take that notebook, piece of scratch paper on the side, and you're sitting about who you went to school with in 1st grade, who you lived next door with on Elm Street, who you lived there, who was your best friend, who did you get in a fight with the most, who you disliked the most. All these things in your entire life. And when a name pops in your mind, scribble it down real fast. Well, you're going to be building this list. And over time with this next 2 years, you're going to be needing new people. Make sure you're adding new people to this list all the time until you get a full list of 500 people in 2 years. Everybody can do this. This is the one place that I see that people are failing to do, and that's why you're not successful. You don't have an effective follow-up program like I teach because you don't have a working list to work off of. You're trying to do it all from your head. You can't do that. If you do that, then you're going to see the power of the binary. The most powerful program in network marketing history for people earning money. Why? It's because, see, you might have, people on my left and right are very fortunate. You know why? It's because I sponsor more people than they do. And then I leapfrog and I help people underneath them sponsor people. Well, that means that if you're this person and I sponsored you, look at this huge organization I'm building under you on one side. That's called a power leg. That is the greatest thing in the world to have because, see, you can concentrate on one side. You can learn this, concentrate on one side, and you can get to making $500 a week. Whoa! How powerful is that? But see, if you're one of those stair-step, breakaway, multi-levels, or one of those unitary systems where it's the people who sponsor the people the most average people can't sponsor more than 3 people in their lifetime in network marketing. But all you need is 2. And if you're one of these that's so shy and you're one of those type of person, it may take you 8 to 10 years to get there. But man, when you get there, you made it. And it's worth it. Because see, in that 8 to 10 years, all you have to do is sponsor one good person somewhere, sometime on this opposite side. And when they start making a $500 check, that means they got to have 500 volume on each side to make a 500. Well, that comes up to you on this side. But you, unless you're a copper, you can't make that $1,000. You can only make $500. Well, that's pretty powerful in this program. Well, when they start making $250 check every week, that's enough for you to make a $500 check. And all you have to have is one on the left, one on the right. That's when you will have a family business pack. No matter what, you will have one. Okay? Everybody's going to end up with one. I'm going to talk about that a little bit because family business pack is what I started in this company. I started the business. I taught the business, how my leaders have built quick, fast organizations and made quick, fast money faster. But you're talking about $1,800, 3 $5.99 memberships. That's $1,800, but it's one time in your life. $1,800 to start a business. You get 3 coins. Do you have to buy a coin on this one and that one every month? No, but you're set up for life. And you're in total control of your check and total control of your income. Whoa! Because you're an associate and all you have to do is buy a coin and you'll be an associate. Doesn't matter what people you sponsored did or didn't do. That's pretty powerful. Just think about that. So the binary is the way. So what do we got to do? We got to sponsor 2 people out of that hot list of 25 to 50 people. We're going to get one on your left, one on your right. Then we're going to work with them, with their top 25, 50 people, get one on their left, one on their right. And so really just kind of think about the simplicity of this. If everybody would just sponsor 2, and let's go 2 a month. Let's just don't do 2 a week. Let's just do 2 a month. And just think about that. If you sponsor 2 a month, that leads us to this exponential expansion. And if these 2 would sponsor 2, that means you got 4 people coming in next month in your group. So you got a total of 6 people in your group. And if those sponsor just 2, Then you got 8 new ones coming in. So now you got 14 people, 7 on the left, 7 on the right. Then if those 8 sponsor 2, you got 16. And then now, can you see this adding up if you're doing 599s at 150 points? Well, you're starting to make checks. All you have to do is sponsor 2. This is what you've got to explain to a person in the very beginning. They got to see this capability. Well, and so forth and so on. And by the 12th month, if everybody is just sponsoring 2, one on the left, one on the right, per month, that 12th month, you'll bring in 4,096 new memberships on your left and right teams. All underneath people coming up. Let's go back to this. All underneath here, coming up to you, coming up to you. So if you do the 2, at the end of 12 months, you'll have 8,190 people in your organization. You just add all these numbers up is what you do, because I had everybody bringing in 2. Well, just think, if you got 8,190 people on your left and right teams, let's do easy math. Got 4,000 on your left team, 4,000 on your right team. What if only half of them are buying the auto saver? That's 2,000 on the left, 2,000 on the right. What if they use easy math? They're buying the 20 point. 20 times 4,000 is 8,000 points per month coming up. No, it's 80,000. See, I was just checking your math. 20 times 4,000 is 80,000 points. And if it's just 2,000, it's 40,000 points. Divided by 4 weeks, that's 10,000 points a week. Where if you're just an associate, all you're going to make is $500 a week. But isn't that powerful? But if you're a copper, you'll make $1,000 a week. If you're a bronze, you'll make $2,000 a week. That's a 6-figure income. If you're a silver, you'll make $3,500 a week because you got the points. If you're gold, you'll make $7,000 a week. If you're an executive gold, you make $10,000 a week. If you're a presidential gold, you'll make $10,000 a week, but you're not quite to your 12,500 max yet. That's pretty powerful. Just think about what we just said. Look, if it took you 10 years for that to happen, would this be worth you putting in 2 years to learn, then 3 to 5 years to build on the skills, attitudes, and techniques you've learned and developed and honed and gotten much better at in that first 2 years? Would it be worth it? That's what you got to ask. That's what I'm asking you right here. So we know this industry works. This is no, if, and, or might. And we know that we're with a legitimate, one of the strongest, biggest players in the precious metals marketplace right now. 7K Metals is changing the way metals is done in the 22nd century. And you and I are part of it. And we're bringing in people that can own gold and silver, even incrementally, at $10 a day, $20 a week, $100 a month, whatever they can afford. This is a place that they can do it, have it stored free, and totally 100% insured. They can accumulate wealth for the first time, and they need to own gold and silver. We know it works. Look at all the companies it's worked for. Join us, be part of this next billion-dollar company in this space, and a space of teaching people how to accumulate wealth and preserve wealth simultaneously, instead of building up closets full of lotions, potions, creams, powders, juices, whatever. You got to have the right attitude. You got to work on attitude every day, because our stinking thinking is what blows us out of some of the greatest opportunities that exist. Don't be an 80%er all your life. Jump into the 20%ers. Change groups. And once you get to be a 20%er, hey, change groups again. Get into the 3% group. Become a mover and shaker. Become a gold. Become a silver. Become a presidential. Become an executive gold. Because you can. Once you see success, once you become part of success, you can do it too. You know, I'm convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitude. I tell people to place this on your bathroom mirror for that first 2 years. I've got it placed in my office. Every day I get to read it. And I suggest you do too. And then beliefs. The truth is, success in network marketing requires 3 beliefs. You got to believe in this profession that I do. I believed in it so much, I left a top level corporate executive job and career to do network marketing full time in 1994. And it changed our lives. I was debt free before I was 54 years young. Owned everything we had millions in the bank account, and had gold and silver stacked everywhere. Yeah, I made over $4 million in just less than 4 years before the year 2001 ended. I had enough money to live off of. I lived well for so many years. 2016 is when I joined 7K, and I lived a 6-figure income life based on what I had earned in network marketing, not what I earned in that double 6-figure corporate job. If I had retired and stayed in that, I couldn't live our standard of life off of what I was doing in the corporate world. But see, I didn't realize that when I was working there. Boy, but I realized that ex post facto. As I look back, as I see my retirement check come in, as I see our Social Security, we couldn't have lived that lifestyle that we live. And I say you can't either. You got to have belief in the business building system. I'm going to teach you the business building system. You got to believe in it for it to work. If you don't believe in it, it won't work. I'm going to give you a simple system. So simple that you can teach it to everyone else and duplicate it. That's the key to success in network marketing. Duplication, 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 and working a system, a defined system that's written out on a piece of paper everybody can follow. This is why I give you the 7 pieces of paper, because it's the basis of the total success system, because it embodies what you need to be successful. It gives you the mindset you need, just internalized through these 7 pieces of paper. And one doesn't have that mindset, they're not a serious player for you. You need one serious player left, one serious player right. And then, the last thing is you've got to believe in the fact that you can do this. Yes, you can. I don't care if you've never been successful at networking. I don't care if you don't like sales. I don't care about any of that. And you shouldn't either. You should care about one thing. For things to change, I must change. There's a successful way. It's proven. I'm going to learn it no matter what. I'm going to learn it no matter what. Quitters never win. Quitters never win. If you quit, you cannot win. You can only win if you keep trying to succeed. You've got the best opportunity of a lifetime to succeed with. Now, what we need to do is go do it. Then I'm going to teach you, okay, now there's the system for success. This needs to be taught over and over. But then we've got to have how to build, how to do it. Well, I give you a simple 1, 2, 3 system to duplicate. Once you enroll them, we talked about the peaking answer. We're going to have training on every one of these. I've already got a lot of this training there, but I'm going to enhance it to fit what we have today. And you immediately invite them and get them on one of my private 7K team band apps. Whichever team you in, you get them on that band app, because that's where all the training's at. That's where all the duplicate, that's where all the knowledge is. It's a knowledge library, okay? A person can learn as fast as they want, as much as they want. They're not limited by anything but their own limits that they impose on themselves. So you get them on the Go for Gold team, the Team Corona, the PMC team, the Todd Father PSI team, the Dream Big team, the 7K Ohana team, the PMC team, other, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't list all the teams here. Okay? Whichever team band app you're on, you invite them, get them on it, and then start them off on my #1 Get Started. I onboard them for you. How much easier can that get? Instead of you spending an hour and a half going through all the websites, the links, what it does, I onboard them for you. Of course, the company has their little onboarding trainings. That's fine. We want them to do that. We want them to know about the company, but I onboard them the right way for you. That's duplicatable. Saves you time, saves them time. They see this is duplicatable and it doesn't take a lot of their time. So it's part of a system. Then once they've done that, completed that, you text them. Once you got them on the band app and you got them started on it, you text them this video of my simple 1, 2, 3 duplicate and build a huge global business video. Okay. Now, if you haven't already done it, this is how you can get people right on the band app, enroll, and then you've got to go through these 7 pieces of paper, just like I went through it with, or you go through this video with them and you both watch it and you get the commitments from them. What are they specifically? Write them down, confirm it in a text, confirm it in an email to them so that you understand what they committed to you and you got a written record of it. So simple, so easy to duplicate. All you have to do is do it. And you are all learning. I'm the first $1 million earner in 7K, and that was last year in commissions. Have the largest business. And so I'm going to give you a few stories of what I'm talking about. Let's go back to what we were talking about here. When Richard put me underneath, he started down the list. He goes to the list of all the people he talked to. The non-Nelsons was somewhere in there. Then under her, was a few other people, and Dennis Nacella, and then a couple of people, and then finally he called me. Okay. And I joined immediately. I didn't even watch the video. And I did my family business. I placed my wife on the left and the company on the right. And we got a business family pack. I gave George a call. I said, George, we got to have an emergency meeting at your house tomorrow night. He said, it's Friday. I don't care. Got to have an emergency. Well, what for? And I said, you'll find out when I get there. Well, no, not going to tell me. I'm not going to have a meeting in my. See, he lived in a very convenient place in Baton Rouge for a lot of people to come to. I lived way out in the sticks, about 30 miles, 35 miles outside of Baton Rouge, and in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. So he just had a very convenient location and a big enough space to have a meeting. And I said, well, I'm going to have a meeting and it's emergency. You don't want to miss it. You want to find out what I have to say because it's very important. You just have to come all the way out to my place then Friday night if you want to hear about it firsthand. And, oh, no, we'll have a meeting at my place. And I said, okay. I had 15 people showed up there. Now I want to just show you how I built this business. This is how you're going to work your top 25, just as an illustration. All 15 people I invited there, except George's Sandra. She was there because George invited her. Okay. Now I only sponsored personally 2 of them. I already had my wife. I sponsored Woodrow Venable and George Donaldson. I placed them one under another, and then I let them sponsor the other people in the room. And we just went on down the leg sponsoring people. It created a beginning of a power leg. I had my company over here. I didn't have anybody over here. So on the way home, I started making phone calls. Pamela drove. I was on the phone. I called Arkansas. I called Missouri. I called New Mexico. I called Texas. I called about 6 people. Before I got home, 4 of them had joined or in the holding tank. One person that really needed to join hadn't joined yet. So I gave him a call. And I said, look, if you join right now, I'm going to place 4 people right underneath. Bingo. So fast. Join, I place those other people underneath them. I had a power leg going on the right side now from all my contacts. That was Friday night. The next morning was Saturday. Saturday, we got to help them get a couple of people in. George got a couple of people in. I mean, I had more volume than I needed. And so I maxed out my $1,000 check that next day because that's all I can make then. Okay. But George likewise made a check. Woodrow made a check. Delton made a check. Richard made a check. I had quite a few people making a check. Okay. And then what did we do? We went to work building the system, just having fun, teaching people how to accumulate wealth, just having fun. I was just doing it part-time in retirement, having fun, still trying to get my mom into her house because we had a great flood. So that was my main focus back then, not building a business. My main focus was getting my mom, 87-year-old mom's house finished from the flood and getting her moved out of my house back into her house. And then when that all happened, then I went and put a little bit more time in building 7K. So I wasn't the biggest top earner, wasn't a big leader. Diane Graver was the first silver in the company. But in this process, I want to tell y'all something. You've heard a story about Bruce Harris when Richard Wayne called Bruce Harris. He's driving that Idaho potato truck. And he prospected him in less than a minute, sent him the video. Richard, he watched that video 50 times, then finally joined because he never could get Richard to answer any questions they had. So he joined. Okay. Now, Bruce was working about 80-hour work weeks, making $60,000, driving that Idaho potato truck, and he didn't like it. Well, Bruce today is a bronze. And, you know, his story is a great one because he says, you know, I spend my time at the country club now talking about gold and silver to a whole different set of people than I was talking about gold and silver when I first started. Making a six-figure income every year. Now he can make more because see, he was passing out and talking about gold and silver at truck stops with people we were making deliveries to, people we was picking up potatoes from. And one of those farmers became his first silver on his right side because see, I and my entire group is on his left side. So he didn't have to worry about volume coming up. And so when he's got a silver over here making $3,500 a week, well, he could make a lot more, couldn't he? But as Bruce says, he's real comfortable with that six-figure income and spending his time at the country club playing golf than at the truck stops. Now, he can go to work, he can rank up, he can even make more. Well, the person above Bruce was called Denon Nelson that Richard Wayne Hanson bought that first 160 acres above Ashley Lake on that mountain from. He dumped those silver coins in her hand. She joined. Well, my entire group is on Denon Nelson's left side. She's up about 16, 20 miles from the Canadian border in Libby, Montana. No cell phone service. I remember visiting her, and we have to go 30 minutes down the road, pull over the side of the road to get cell service to listen to corporate call. It was amazing. And here's this girl, lives in the middle of nowhere in the mountains of Montana. And she became a silver. And on her right side is Diane Graver and the rest of the organization under Diane Graver's left and right. Silvers, golds, executive goals. Well, all coming up to Donna's thing. She was the top money silver earner in the company. She's a silver, so he has a lot more volume. She can make more as she goes to work, ranks up to gold. She could automatically make 7,000 a week because she's got the volume. If she ranks up, she could automatically make 10,000 as an executive because she's got the volume. She ranks up, she could get the top rank at presidential gold because she's got the volume. So see, it doesn't matter what your goal is, and you should be very satisfied if you ever get to the $500 a week for the rest of your life. And then set that next goal to get to 1,000. Then set that next goal to get to 2,000. Then set that next goal. Because if you got the volume, all you have to do is rank up by helping other people rank up, working in a team. I hope you see what I see. I hope you're part of what this company is going to become. This company is going to be the next billion-dollar company in network marketing, in this new age of network marketing called member direct marketing. And we're on the precipice of one of the largest global expansions that this industry's ever seen. And this company is really changing the whole space of precious metals. And you and I are making precious metals available to the average girl and guy, to the average working person for the first time in their lives. And they're learning about it. And they're learning how to earn it. And we're putting metals in their hand quicker through our new system and new loyalty point system. If you just joining our team, make the commitment to your sponsor, to your upline team leader, that's helping y'all build as a team and make a commitment for your 2 years of learning, then your skills, attitudes, and techniques it takes to do this. They're simple. You just got to learn how to do them and learn how to do them better and better and better over and over and over again. And build that list, that initial list of 100, and then fill it out to 500 and just follow my trainings, the recipe for success on the how-tos, the income producing activities. Those come later. But you have the success system right here. I wish you the best of success for you and your family and your team. I love each and every one of you. I want you to succeed far beyond your imagination. And since I did talk incomes, and since I am going to make this public, I better always end this with what? That income disclosure statement, right? It's somewhere around there. I think this is the new one. Yeah, the 2024 one. Let's get it, the 2024 one up. It's at the end of the presentation. There it is. I knew I'd find it. And I encourage everyone to read this because it's very important. You can look at the highs of each rank, the lows. Of course, a person just becoming an associate, getting in the first day, of course, their income zero. Yes, they're just starting to build. But look at the average. Look at the median. I mean, who wouldn't want that in your first year? You're getting all your money back. You got a lifetime membership. You're accumulating wealth. You're getting 1099 tax benefits. There's all kind of benefits here. And as you rank up through the ranks, just look at the potentials that you have. Where else could you have this kind of earning potential that you can start part-time and do it with whatever you're doing in life, and you can learn from a master in this industry exactly how to do it because you're part of our team. Have a blessed day and a fabulous 7K career.